You know, this time of year, it's winter, it's cold. For a lot of you, the weather is awful. The days are shorter, it gets dark earlier, and so it's harder to go stop by a practice green and practice your putting on the way home from work, and it's just difficult. Maybe you don't have an indoor putting mat, or if you do, it's kind of like the one in my garage. There's not enough space and it's really tight and cramped. I'm going to show you today one of my favorite putting drills of all time. It's absolutely amazing how much this improves your putting. It doesn't take much space. It doesn't take expensive equipment. You don't have to have an indoor putting mat. It's just simple and easy. So let's go. You can do this drill indoors in your house. You can do it in a ratty t-shirt, sweatpants, and no shoes. It's that easy. First thing that you need to do is go to the hardware store and buy what I call a yardstick. It's a ruler. Mine's 3 feet long and it's metal. I suggest that you do use a metal one because the wooden ones tend to warp and the metal one doesn't. Then what you do, you take that yardstick and throw it on the floor, just like so. Then you go to your sofa and you find a pillow or a couch cushion and you throw it on the floor behind your yardstick. That's good enough. Then you take your putter and some balls. And it's cool, I put the ruler the wrong way, but let's flip it around. The ruler has a nice little hole on the end. You set the ball there. It holds still. Then you take your putter. This one probably won't be perfect because it's one-handed while I hold the camera with the other. You line up, you get square, and you try to stroke the ball down the line. Of course, one-handed with a camera in the other hand, not really paying attention. I pushed that one to the right. Let's go again, and I'll really try to do a good job, even though it's only one-handed. And there we go, straight down the ruler. That's what you want to work on. Now, some of you might say, this drill is awesome, but when I do it, I notice that I have a tendency to move my head as I putt, to watch the ball roll towards the hole. And I'm turning my head, that causes my body to move, and I miss some offline. Fair criticism. You have to avoid that, but there's an amazing thing about this drill that helps a whole lot with that. And that's simply, if you'll notice in the yardstick, there's a hole right at the very end. Place the ball in that hole, it holds still. Now, what I want you to think about is focus on that hole in the yardstick and seeing that hole after your putter head passes through. Then if it helps, if you're still struggling with moving your head, put a dot on your golf ball and imagine seeing that hole and look at that dot and then see it after the stroke. That will help a lot. Another cool thing is you can actually use this drill to help with your distance control. Think about consciously, even though you're only hitting the ball 3 feet into the pillow, think about it as being a longer putt, and then you make a little larger stroke, or think about it as being a shorter putt, and you make a really gentle stroke. The beautiful thing is it doesn't matter. And then the fact is, if you try to steer the ball down the ruler, because the ruler has a little bit of flexibility in it, and your carpet is not perfectly flat, that will not work. It'll roll offline if you try to steer it. You have to stroke it, you have to make solid contact and roll it down the ruler. The other thing is if you just rear back and whack the putt so you can hit it straight down the ruler and smash it into the pillow, number one, you're wasting your time, but number two, you're going to miss and be offline because of that. So really work on rolling the ball straight down the yardstick 10 times in a row. If it wiggles off to the left or the right, that doesn't count. Start over. When you get to the point where you can consistently set up, put 10 balls in a row straight down the yardstick, number one, you'll be deadly on those 3 and 4 foot putts on the green. You'll never miss. Number two, you'll make or get all of your other putts a whole lot closer. There are so many things about this drill that are just absolutely wonderful. For instance, you can work on your setup. Are my feet square to my line? Or if you normally like a little more open stance, are your feet? You get to tell if you're setting up square to the line. You also get a feel for what a straight line looks like. A lot of people, when they're putting, miss because you're standing to the side of the ball and your eyes aren't really designed to work that way. It's really easy to miss the line or to not see the line correctly. Now, looking straight down the ruler, I can see the line. Also, it helps you in terms of getting the ball rolling on that first 3 feet. If you can roll it straight down the line on that first 3 feet, most of your putts are going to be close. All you got to worry about at that point is distance control. Because if you get it on the intended line, it's going to go where you want it to go. The cool thing about this drill is you can do it anytime. Doesn't take long, doesn't mess up your whole house. You can do it during the commercials while you're watching your favorite TV show. Ideally, you would want to do this drill until you can put 10 in a row straight down the ruler all the way and into the pillow. That comes off the ruler, doesn't count. Start over. You don't get to go, oh, I did 10. No, you have to do 10 in a row. 1. You get the idea, and there's another one. And you just keep going until you get it consistently over and over. You can do this during the TV commercials. You can do it when you have a spare minute. I have a friend who works on this. I gave him this idea, and he works on this at night before he goes to bed and in the morning when he first gets up. He just takes a few minutes and works on rolling 10 putts straight down the line. The reason this is so helpful is I honestly believe that all putts are 3-foot putts. If you get the ball rolling on the right line, the right speed in that first 3 feet, if you made a good read of the green, the ball's going in. That's pretty awesome. So there you are, fun, easy drill. Enjoy. If you've enjoyed this video, think this drill might help your putting, I would appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up down below. Like the video. Obviously, after you've tried the drill, if you think that it helps, put your comments in about what you feel or how it worked for you or didn't work for you if that's the case, although I suspect it will work. Obviously, we'd also love you to subscribe as we'll continuously be putting more drills and helpful putting tips like this. And here's to you making more putts.